Hello and welcome. So, little quick video with myself, and I'm joined by Charles, and we're looking
Hello.
through this EU4 Humble Bundle thing, which is genuinely the best deal for the game I have seen ever. Like, it makes me a little bit upset that I must have spent like £100 or so on this game when I could get all of that for like less than 20 right now. I imagine you're on the same boat there.
Yep.
But 5 days left on this sale, and it's all on Humble, of course. You're supporting charity, and I'm pretty sure the way it works is you choose which charity to support. So 100%, like, it's worth doing. I don't like whether you're getting the game or not. Throw money at these charities; they deserve it, you know. But since we're looking at this as sort of purchasing a product instead of giving money to charity, let's have a look at these three bundles. So the first one is $1 for $1 or more to get the base game, and I'd say it's basically all of the required DLCs. Like, you get the base game, you get Art of War, which basically revamped the entire military. You get Wealth of Nations, which kind of revamped the economy. American Dream for the 1776 start date. Res Publica for Republics. The pre-order pack comes with the Purple Phoenix and the other American pack, I do believe. And then the Digital Extreme comes with stuff that's pretty, like map monuments and silly stuff. But pretty sure that's basically, it sort of covers the base experience. Going up to the next one, $9.28, you get Rights of Man, Mare Nostrum, the Cossacks, El Dorado, and Common Sense. With, I believe, Mare Nostrum was the big changes to naval, if I remember correctly, and it added some stuff. The Cossacks, that overhauled the hordes and it added estates. El Dorado did a lot of work with the New World, just like Conquest of Paradise. That is my personal favourite DLC by far, purely because of custom nations. And then there's also
yes.
Common Sense and Rights of Man. Do you remember what the other four there do? Oh, the other three.
Common Sense is your religious gameplay.
Hmm.
So adds the Protestant mechanics and
the
Buddhism.
Reformation.
It doesn't add it. The Reformation was there already, but it adds centers of Reformation and stuff like that. Theocracies are also. It's mainly about theocracies, religion. Parliaments come in there. So if you're looking to play England, this is a good pickup in general, because it adds a load more interesting variation to England and how they work, as well as free cities in the HRE and government ranks.
And of course, Battle Pope.
Yes, Battle Pope, of course.
Rights of Man. Do you remember
Rights of Man?
That's the only other one. I don't quite remember what exactly that means.
That's adds monarch traits, great power abilities, which are small but more interesting. Gives a load more interactions with subject nations.
Right. So that's your vassal sort of gameplay. Between that and Art of War, that covers the majority of it, I'd say.
Or yes, pretty much all of vassal gameplay. So, Rights of Man is a pickup if you're looking to play someone like Burgundy, who has like 3 vassals now.
Yep, 3.
4 vassals.
All the ones in the sort of Netherlands
and
area.
Nevers.
Mm-hmm.
So like 4 or 5. This is a definite pickup. It also, if you're looking to play in Ethiopia, it does a lot of things with the Coptic.
The Coptic, yeah. I still remember this DLC coming out. Prestige on and stuff. The very fun achievement.
Yeah.
So this second pack,
Ottomans as well, because that gives a unique type to
the
government for Ottomans.
Damn,
yeah.
Okay. So this second pack, it's on top of the first one, of course. It's like you take the core experience and you add a ton of meat to the bones of it, if that makes sense. Like, it fleshes out a lot of nations and the game itself in the... Like, as we've already stated, it opens up vassal gameplay, it opens up the hordes, it opens up and adds a lot more religious variety. Like, it's just fleshing out the experience and giving tons more content. So the third and final pack, $17 or more, you have Dharma, Cradle of Civilization, and Mandate of Heaven as the 3 major DLCs, and you also get the 3 immersion packs, which are Golden Century, Rule Britannia, and Third Rome. So, Mandate of Heaven first. It overhauls China, Korea, Japan, and I believe stuff like Vietnam and like the entire East, basically. All the religions, the countries, everything. It's crazy amount of changes. Cradle of Civilization overhauls Islam and the sort of the Middle East, with the Timurids being completely changed, and Karakianlu, Akianlu, even the Mamluks and the Ottomans. Like, there's tons and tons of changes. It makes that religion very powerful, things like that. Dharma is the India overhaul, which also overhauls trade companies, and in general, once again, it's quite a lot of content. And then the 3 immersion packs are focusing in very specifically on very specific countries. Personally, the only one that I like is Third Rome. I really enjoy the sort of Muscovy into Russia game. That's very fun. I enjoyed Rule Britannia when it first came out, doing a game as Britain, of course, sort of England into Great Britain, and doing the achievement for developing all the isles into paradise, basically. It adds innovativeness and some naval stuff, and in general, these are a lot less worth it for your money, in my opinion, but you'll still get your money's worth, if that makes sense. Like, they're £7.19 each normally, which is enough that you will definitely get your money's worth. You can easily do, like, with any one of them, you can play as all of the nations that it affects, and you'll easily get, like, 3 to 5 campaigns, if not more, from something like Golden Century, which, once again, is another one that I don't particularly feel is worth it, because all it adds is flagships for the Navy, and it overhauls Iberia and Northern Africa, so Tunis, Morocco, Portugal, Spain, Aragon, I think even Naples, I do believe. I'm not 100% sure on Naples. I think it changes them slightly.
Slightly, maybe.
But yeah, so that 3rd pack is a lot less so. It's a bit so-so, but for an extra, like £8?
Yeah. I think with this sort of final pack also adds a lot of mid and late game stuff. So if you already kind of know that you really like watching this kind of content, really like playing similar kind of games, this is the pack for you. With things like Mandate of Heaven, you also get all the ages.
Oh, is that Mandate?
Yeah, that's Mandate. So you get more and more stuff going all the way into the future. Into the past, into the future, in the game. So it's just more meat on the bones. That's my personal opinion.
For me, I think that this 3rd pack just sort of rounds off the experience. Like,
yeah,
if it was
you
me
get deciding your government in Dharma.
Yeah, it does add a lot, but none of this last pack is necessary. Like, with Cradle, you're not really going to want to play in the Middle East, or without it, sorry, and without Mandate, you're not going to want to play in the Far East. Without Dharma, Dharma, I feel like, didn't make too much of an experience, and India it's completely different, but the gameplay there is the same, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
how things turn out and how things are done is different.
It does change your states and a few things like that, which does make it slightly different. But if you're looking to do a European or colonial game, and you're kind of going, I want to keep things cheap. The previous pack, the 2nd pack would probably be better. But if you're looking at places like China, India, or the Middle East, the full pack is definitely the most in-depth experience you can get.
And if you're like me and you like, whenever I personally buy an experience, I like to get the full experience. I want all the DLC. This top pack is definitely the one. And then I'd say that the 1st pack, the initial one, the one that's literally $1, is if you want to enter into the game, you don't know if it's for you or not. You don't know if you're going to enjoy it. You may only enjoy watching it. You may have never seen it before, literally anything. But for $1, you cannot go wrong. This game, like, it sounds intimidating, but a lot of people do like to say that there's a 1,000-hour barrier to entry, so, like, you won't fully understand the game until you're 1,000 hours in. Now, I'm, like, 900 hours in, and I've done things like True Eye of Timor and recently Big Blue Blob, and quite a lot of other very good games. I've conquered the world multiple times, things like that. And even I don't feel like I know the entire game yet. I'm not even anywhere near. Like, it's still insane. There is so much content here, like it's incredible, and they're selling it for $1 for some unknown, well, charity. Definitely worth it. Remember the charity.
Definitely worth it.
So
yeah,
moving on to the PowerPoint thingy then that we quickly threw together for the sake of things. I'm curious to how OBS is going to handle this. Should be all good. So, of course, this is from me and you. Who we are, I've, like I said, 900 hours in the game, and massive achievement hunter and filthy elitist. Whereas Charles, with his 1,000 or so hours, is definitely an above average player, since I've definitely played it a lot worse, and a generally quite casual player. I like how we left that slide in from me. So, looking into the pack and some specifics around it. So, the first one, which is $1 or 91. What's the decimal of a euro? I don't know. I've just realised I don't know what that is.
That's a very good question.
Because it's $1, and I know less than $1 is cents. Is it cents for euro as well? So 91 cents.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. 91 Brexits. Let's go with that. So just the base game without like any DLC, you can see at the top here. It's like £35 or $34.99, 41 euros and 46, and then $45.68. Like all of that for like it's so cheap. You've then also got all of this DLC on top of it. So I've totaled this up here for you. I've done the math on this. You can see it's £66.96 that you're getting for 77 pence. Like, it's insane. €79.34 for 91, and then 87.42 in dollars and cents for $1. Like, it's just ridiculous. Going on to the second bundle. So not only do you get the entire previous pack, you also get all of this DLC on top of it. Once again, you can see the dominant denominations in pounds, euros, and dollars, and the total at the bottom. It's over 100 of any currency that you're getting for under 10 of any currency. Look at it that way. Like, it's such insane value for money. And then bundle 3, once again, previous packs plus all these extra packs. You get your totals. You're looking like, give or take, 200, except for pounds, it's slightly less than 200 at 196.95 for $17, 15 euros and 43, and then £13 and 2 pence, compared to the like you can see it's just absolutely insane. So once again, we have all of the expansions included and all the immersion packs in the top pack. You can see here precisely what is in them, and basically what we went over earlier with the first pack being the very sort of baseline. It gives you the core experience, so if you were to even play single player, you'd be fine with that first pack. The second pack really fleshes out the game and adds the core, and that's the one that I would probably recommend if you're unsure, especially considering it's like £8. And then the third pack, which is like $17, so like £15-ish. Actually, I can go back and check, can't I? There we go, £13 too, is literally everything, the complete experience, which you've got to bear in mind, that's like $300, well, hold on, I can see here, £196.95 worth of content for 13. Like, it's so unbelievably worth it. Like, I mean, if I go back to the pack 2, like, well, actually, there's no example of this, never mind, ignore me. It's I just can't emphasize how worthwhile it is. For like less than the full price of one DLC, you get the game and all of its DLCs. And it's crazy. And then my final note, one thing that I've noticed that I think it could just be a discrepancy on the Humble site, is there doesn't seem to be Conquest of Paradise included in any of the packs. I noticed that, and as far as I know, like, I'm going to presume that it isn't, and you may have to buy that separately, since what that does is that it overhauls the New World, once again, just like El Dorado does, but it handles, I believe, North and South America, whereas
yes,
El Dorado handles the specific people like the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incans. Now, Conquest of Paradise, not on offer, will set you back like £10. Perfectly, like, worth the money, once again. Like, it also has like a random new world feature and some other stuff, but as I said,
pretty much, unless you want to play either as a colony, like do a players won the colonies and break away, or players won those North American tribes and try and stand up against the colonial forces of the British, French, and Spanish coming over, or play with a random new world. Not really something you want to be looking at immediately, unless you want the complete experience.
Cherokee and Huron are quite fun in the North America, and then a custom nation there with, if you get the third Rome, which comes in that third pack, you can create a nation with something called Siberian Frontiers, which is a unique mechanic, and you can basically have American Frontiers, or they're nicknamed on the forums, which is lovely and balanced in so many ways. Yeah, all in all, it's so worth it. All these packs are brilliant. Just throw your money at them. Anything else? Anything else, or I think that about covers it?
Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Okay, good.
Noblemen and women, 80 years ago we cast off our Danish oppressors, and soon fought alongside our allies in London to seize the Baltic from unfit tyrants. But now we stand again on the eve of war. As we speak, in Swedish North America, an army hardened in war moves north. Fleets embark from our colonies in Swedish Cuba to seize the rich islands of the Caribbean, while ships in Swedish Africa head south to secure the trade routes to India. Our other allies in Castile and Austria reassure us that they will honor our alliance. London has foolishly focused on their petty squabbles with Paris for generations. But what thought have they given, or steps have they taken to protect themselves from their growing allies in Stockholm? Not enough, I say. When storytellers and poets write of tomorrow, it will be of the day that England, nay, the world, was rocked by the great and mighty empire of Sweden.